तो अब तक हमने जो सुना है वो ये कि छोटी छोटी चीजों में बड़े राज छुपे हैं. So Saima, please continue because I am getting curious and I'm sure that our listeners would be wanting to know, okay, what are those small things we do, the choices we make that we don't really give heed to, yet they have huge ramifications.
Yes, definitely. जिस तरह भी हमने लास्ट सेगमेंट में ये conclude किया था कि the choices which we feel are insignificant are in fact, and I've consistently found them to be the most powerful choices. Now, let me give you an example. The choice we make when to wake up in the morning. The choice we make when to go to bed. The choice we make how to make ourselves happy. The choice we make how to relax ourselves. The choice we make how to let our anger out. The choice we make with whom to spend most of our day. What kind of people we surround ourselves with. You know, for instance, let's suppose if I have a $1 million horse, right? And it's going to be one of the rare breeds, and it's going to be like quite a thing to witness. Do you think I'm going to feed him cheap junk food?
No. You'll be caring for this horse in a way that would occupy most of your day. You'd be
Yes.
thinking of it, worrying about it. You would be morning, noon, and night, physically or otherwise. You'll be preoccupied with that horse.
Yes, and I'll make a conscious choice that I don't want to be feeding this expensive horse because the worth. You see, the worth matters. Why would I be feeding cheap junk food? Now, if I ask myself, if I wouldn't feed that horse cheap junk food, why would I put such kind of cheap junk food in my own body?
Right.
Why would I make such a poor choice for my own self?
Wow. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's the basic understanding of, because whatever you do reflects what you give importance to. If a person chooses to spend 4 hours a day in front of television flipping through channels, that's a choice they're making. I mean, that's time is non-refundable commodity. And you are choosing to flip channels. You're choosing to sit and gossip. You're choosing to waste, whereas you could use that time constructively and make a different choice.
Sure. And here comes the question. So there are unconscious choices that we are making, and there are deliberate conscious choices that we are making. Or is it that we deliberately are sitting in front of a television flipping channels? Is that deliberate?
Yes, it is deliberate, yes. And as much as we would like to think to ourselves that, oh, I know what I'm doing, believe me, we don't. We don't. We are not aware. So, and this is something which I would like to definitely bring into light in one of the episodes, because people use these words conscious, unconscious, mindful, as if they truly are very basic words, but they're really deep words. And they have a lot of significant value to them. So we'll definitely do an episode to them. But what I'm trying to convey here is that these little choices, according to us, which we never even pay attention to, they make or break us as human beings. Imagine if you keep feeding your body junk food for 30 days. What's
Mm.
the impact going to be? Now multiply that with years and
Wow.
see what you're going to accumulate in yourself.
Obesity.
Yes. And let's suppose if somebody makes an effort, I'm going to read one quotation every day.
Mm.
I'm going to read one hadith every day. I'm going to do one act of kindness every day and multiply it by 30 days in a month.
Wow. That's a,
Multiply it with a year's time. So buying a house, getting married, these things are not the big choices which make or break you as a human being. These little choices. Now, why? Because choices determine your relationship with power. Are you empowering yourself or are you disempowering yourself?
okay. Okay. And even in disempowering ourselves, we are using the power of choice, which is the
Yes,
paradoxical side of things.
yes, that's the phenomenon of choice. There's no escape from it. If I'm, let's suppose if I'm not choosing to be conscious about what I'm putting in my own body in
Mm.
terms of food, I'm still making a poor choice.
Mm. Right. And
So
could that be to do with values that we have? Values that are embedded in us of which we are totally unaware? Could it be that? Or is something else guiding our choices?
we are driven, again, as I said, by either our instincts or our potential.
Mm.
Now, the more choices we are going to make which involve us, our participation, we are not present in every choice we are making, believe me.
Mm. Mm.
And why do I say what I just said? Is because, you see, let's suppose I tell myself, and I'm really, this idea and this thought is real, I find it very appealing, that I want to be a kind person. I want to be an honest person,
Mm.
right? And it's really appealing and it's fascinating, and I can talk about it and I can tell stories about it, how kindness can change and transform your life. But every time life presents me with an opportunity to be kind, my own personal agenda kicks in.
So is that the impulse, the instinct?
Yes, and that is what requires you to make a choice now. Are you going to give in, or are you going to make a deliberate choice? What are you going to do?
Okay. I think on this point, let us take a pause. What
Yes.
are you, what am I going to do based on the opportunity that life presents? And just a while back, I wished you a happy new year and I asked you as to what resolutions you have set. So, what you told me, I'd like you to tell the audience as well, because I thought your answer was remarkable.
Uh, okay. Well, you see, I don't really believe in New Year resolutions. I think one should make a resolution for every 24 hours, the next 24 hours for themselves. That's
Wonderful.
what I do.
At the end of part three, we will request our friends to come up with a resolution for the next 24 hours
Definitely.
and deliver on that. It could be a very
Definitely.
small one, but it could make a huge difference. So
Small
let's
choices.
continue from here. Let's continue
Yes.
from here of how do we deliberately do what we need to do. And
Yes.
I think this preparation is vital for us all. ठीक है